Hey, Marshall Mathers the Fourth here. This is a video where I am going to talk about the things that I have in common with incels. Starting off with the fact that, of course, I've wanted a girl for so long, and I crave one like crazy, just as much as any and all incels do. I definitely relate in that way very strongly and have that obviously in common with all of them, but I also have in common the fact that because incels just totally crave on such an insane extreme level having a girlfriend and losing their virginity, they start to hate women, which I also understand and obviously relate to and share in common with them. But the huge difference between myself and incels, I have it way worse than incels in the fact that I am not a gamer. And I'm definitely not as spoiled rotten and overly privileged as almost all incels out there. Except myself, because obviously I'm an incel. It would not take a genius to figure that out. And how I'm different than them is in the way that I never had any gaming computers at all. Whether a cheap gaming desktop computer or an expensive ass one. Nor have I ever had a gaming laptop, whether that be a cheap one or an expensive one. And I have never, even at the very least, had any gaming consoles or any video games of my own that I owned myself personally. And because I have been way more deprived than any incel out there, at least in my opinion anyways, or at least definitely most incels, since almost all of them are gamers when I myself am not, I've grown to severely hate the things I desire, even the materialistic things that I have craved and wished and hoped and prayed for so many fucking years. I hate them so much on just such an extreme level, to such a crazy extent. I hate even the things that I want so fucking bad. Why? Because I've never had them. I've never experienced them myself. I don't know what it feels like to be spoiled rotten and have everything that your heart ever truly desires. And just like incels in the way where they never had a girlfriend or lost their virginity and are at a certain age and still a virgin, how they grow to just pretty much hate all women except maybe their moms and sisters and anyone else in their family maybe, except maybe not their cousins, and sometimes not their sisters, but I guess they always love at least their mothers, but I don't know for sure. But in the same way, I have grown to just really hate the things I want so much, because they're always constantly in my face 24/7, wherever the fuck I go, especially if I go out in public, to Walmart, Myers. There's gaming consoles and video games everywhere, especially in this big ass section of the store. And there's a GameStop in the town I used to live in. And also they're on TV. Like almost every single commercial nowadays is about fucking video games. Same with most of the fucking YouTube ads. they're mostly, if not always, about fucking video games. And whenever I go on the internet, even just in general, every time I go anywhere online, even just on Google search or whatever, there's always those like ads or whatever on the side. Sometimes they're scams, but that show like gaming computers or gaming consoles or video games or whatever. And whenever I go on YouTube, obviously, and it doesn't even matter what fucking video I go on, even if it has nothing at all to do with video games at all, whatsoever, there's always a total overly privileged prick, multiple ones, not all of them, but there are definitely a few here and there that have to like comment about a video game, like on a rap song or a video about paranormal shit or a history video, or doesn't matter what the fuck the video's about. If it's a rap instrumental, doesn't matter what the video's about. There always has to be a few here and there, little fucking pricks who have to brag and boast about fucking goddamn video games. And I hate that shit so much. And you know, here's the thing you have to understand about me. If video games had never existed, never been invented, created, or whatever, no gaming consoles, no gaming computers, ever, just no one had ever thought of that shit in the first place, I would not have that much to be stressed out about in my life constantly 24/7, or depressed about, or suicidal in thoughts at least. I wouldn't have that much to be, pissed off, angry, full of hatred, bitterness, hostility, and rage about. The only thing that I would have to worry about, be jealous and envious of, and hate and be angry and full of rage, bitterness, and hostility about is the fact that I'm a 22-year-old virgin who never had a girlfriend and am going crazy because of it, which I know any guy out there who's a virgin for too long can also agree with and understand and relate to and share in common with me. But honestly, I hate incels because most of them, if not all of them, are gamers and really fucking spoiled rotten to such an unfair level and an unjust level to someone like me who's never had anything that I've actually ever wanted. I've only ever got stuff that either I kinda sorta wanted or that I didn't want at all but just got anyways. Such as this piece of shit phone. That's probably gonna give me a fucking tumor if anything one of these days, because I spend so much fucking goddamn time on it from morning till night, and I fucking hate it, and it gives me so much stress, especially considering the fact that I argue with tons of people on here daily, because there's not a person that I'm friends with online that totally and completely agrees with me all the way, 100%, and there probably never will be, because I don't know anyone who has been deprived and underprivileged to the extent I have.